What's going on, guys? Alex from 814 EDC, and today I have a quick unboxing to do for you guys. Happy Monday. You guys are probably going to see this on Tuesday because I'm going to space out my videos a little bit this week. I don't have as much reviews to do. A couple unboxings. This one, I think I have another one coming in later this week, and then I might have one or two reviews. But last week was pretty review heavy, so this week will be kind of just a lighter unboxing week. So like I said, happy Monday. Happy Tuesday. You guys will be seeing this on Tuesday, but hopefully you guys all have a great week. For those of you, I don't know, I don't think I have too many Northwestern PA guys really watching my channel, but today it was like 87 degrees outside, which is pretty warm for the end of April. This whole week is supposed to be like mid to upper 80s, and being out on the roof all day, it's pretty warm. I'm not ready for it to jump up to be that warm yet. It's been consistently like anywhere from 55 to like 70 for the last week and a half, 2 weeks. So I'm not really ready for it to jump up to almost, close to 90 degrees. But hope you guys are all having a good day, good week, good month, good year, good life. You guys know. My boxing knife today is the Devo Knives Mash. This is the original drop that they did. That was a Blue Creek Knives exclusive. Blue Creek Knives no longer exists. But this is the longest and most tenured Devo knife that I've ever had in my collection. For some reason, the Mash has just really spoke to me, and I have sold off every other piece. I regret selling some of the pieces, like the Buzz I really like, the OG Stout I really loved, and I was in a selling spot, I guess, and for some reason I just sold them for different reasons, for some money, for some other stuff. But the Mash V1 has stayed in my collection and will probably always stay in my collection because it's one of my favorite models from them. And yeah, it's the unboxing knife for today. But today's package is coming in via the Lefty passaround group, and it is coming in from Titanium Justin. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description down below. If you guys are interested, please go check him out. And this is a newer Vosteed model, which I'm really stoked to check out. I love pretty much everything I've handled from Vosteed so far, and I think this is going to be right up there with some of the best. This is the new Ankylo. It's the new model with like the pivot lock. So I'm really excited to check it out. Oops. Got a JD for EDC sticker in there. I already have a bunch of those. And then this is BE EDC, I think is Brian Edmondson. He's a newer guy in the group. That's his sticker. That's a pretty dope sticker. I really like that quite a bit. Hello, have an amazing day. 814 EDC, Titanium Justin. Oh, that's cool. Thank you, Justin. That's a really cool little thank you note. I will keep that. That is awesome. I love getting little stuff like that in packages and whatnot. But I have some bubble wrap, and here is the Vosteed package, and it's a pretty heavy package. Doesn't really say anything on the outside, just that. So we'll open her up, and it's one of their hard shell packaging, which is really dope. Kind of like clamshell, you just pop it apart like that, and then you have a looks like a some information and the microfiber cloth under there. You always get the little rain dry patch on the taco. And yeah, this knife has a little bit of weight to it. I will definitely say that. A little bit heavier than I originally kind of imagined, but that's okay. We don't mind, heavy knives around here. Putting all this back in the box. Bada bing, bada boom. Wrap this up. Just kind of tuck it in there for now as the camera's shaking on the desk. And just like that. Oh, did I show you guys my address? I don't know. I did. And here is the knife. You guys can see it's rocking some beautiful frag aluminum scales. Here is the pivot mechanism that'll pop out whenever the knife is deployed. You have a back flipper, a front flipper, some gold accents around the pivot, as well as the lanyard hole back here. Has some standoffs. It's a decently thick knife, but of course, you need a little bit thicker of an area up here when you're housing the whole, pivot locking. The pivot and the lock together is what I'm trying to say. Loop over style deep carry pocket clip that is not reversible. And right away, I wish they would have moved it back a little bit to make it fully deep carry. But you guys can see this is a prototype. This was a Kickstarter, which I will see if they are still doing the Kickstarter, and I will link it down below if you guys are interested in checking it out if they're still alive. I'm not 100% sure. Detent feels decent. Give it a flick. Flies right out of there. Right there. Vosteed. And this is an LMAX, which is really cool. Just a beautiful blade shape. You have that sheep's foot style blade with a nice big belly. You know, decently thin blade stock. Comes down to a pretty thin edge. Good in hand. Choked back. I can get all 4 fingers in the knife. The frag aluminum feels really good. There is internal milling on both sides, but this is a pretty hefty knife. But it feels good in the hand. Choked up. Pretty nice as well. Get a good grip there. No blade plate. This thing locks up really, really tight. Ooh. So that's definitely, I mean, it's essentially a button lock, but it's utilizing the pivot. So you just push it in there. Back flipper is okay. You really don't have a whole lot of leverage back there to fly it out. And right there you guys can see when I flick it open, my finger hits the front flipper coming around. So I'm not a huge, I mean, that works, but you just kind of have to get your finger out of the way. You got to drag it the whole way back. So the back flipper works okay. Front flipper works pretty decent. And then, of course, the reverse flick works nice too. Yeah, I mean, it's basically a button lock. It's just in place of where the pivot is. It's kind of been, Vosteed came out with one, and I forget if it's what the technical name of the lock is. I will get it for the full review, of course. I'll do a little bit of research on it. But Vosteed came out with one. The new Riot PLX, something like that. The new budget model from Riot. They have a pivot style locking mechanism. So they're kind of, you know, becoming more popular. I believe CRKT has had some of these for a little while. I think they were maybe like the first one that had accomplished something like that, but I mean, it's fidgety. I mean, it's fun to play with, and like I said, it's essentially just a button lock located on the pivot. You just have to move your hand placements a little bit different. I mean, it's fun to play with. I will say right away, the detent is kind of, I mean, it's good, but it's kind of like comes out slow. It doesn't really like hit that hard, if that makes any sense. But you know, we'll have to get it in pocket and carry it around, but I'm sure I'll be fidgeting with this for the rest of the night. But I really like the overall look of the knife, and I think these go for like $150 on the Kickstarter, which is pretty good for LMAX frag tie aluminum with such a unique lock, multiple ways of deploying the knife. I think that's a pretty good package. I actually consider picking one of these up from the Kickstarter, and depends on how, you know, how I like the rest of me having this knife in, and you know, how much I, you know, care about you know, pursuing one going forward. The review will definitely tell me that. But yeah, this is the prototype of the Vosteed Ankylo, however you say it. Huge shout out to Kevin over at Lefty DC for loaning this bad boy out. I've been pretty excited to check this out, and I did not know it was supposed to come today. I figured it was coming later in the week. So when it showed up, when I got back from work and it was in my mailbox, I was pretty excited for it. So, but I'm going to wrap this up now. So thank you guys again so much for watching. My full review will be out in a couple weeks on this one, so be on the lookout for that. And yeah, hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your morning, evening, day, night, whenever you're watching this. And I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.